Back to Canberra now. Joining us is the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers. Treasurer, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So the budget locks in your election commitments. It doesn't address the long-term structural spending problems, though. So can the public expect tougher calls in 6 months' time?
Oh, good morning, Peter. Well, first of all, there were difficult decisions in yesterday's budget. It's been quite a while since we've seen $22 billion of savings in a budget, but that's what we did yesterday. It's been a long time since we've seen a government return to the budget almost every dollar of the temporary tax windfall from higher commodity prices, but that's what we did. We showed a lot of restraint. It was very responsible, but at the same time, we were able to find room to provide cost of living relief, to invest in a stronger economy. Inevitably, there will be more of this hard work to come in the subsequent 2 or 3 budgets in the life of this parliamentary term. We've said all along that yesterday was the beginning of putting the budget on a more sustainable footing and not the end.
And will that mean increased taxes and cuts to spending?
Well, what we showed yesterday, and I think what people can expect, is that when you inherit $1 trillion in debt and deficits as far as the eye can see, and a big structural deficit because of these persistent spending pressures on the budget, which intensify over time as interest rates on that debt goes up, inevitably you need to do a combination of things. It requires spending restraint, which we showed. It requires trimming spending, which we did. And it also requires, where it's possible, some sensible tax changes, like the one I announced yesterday, to make multinational corporations pay a fairer share of tax here in Australia.
Will you break election promises if you have to?
I think what we showed yesterday is it's possible to make room for our election commitments. I think one of the defining features of what we did yesterday was we were able to fund cheaper childcare, cheaper medicines. We were able to fund significant investments in housing and in other areas as well. And we do that by making room elsewhere in the budget, trying to trim back some of the wasteful spending that's become a feature of the budget for too long. And when you do that, and when you take a more responsible approach, you can fund your priorities. And our priorities are cost of living relief, investing in a stronger economy, and beginning the hard task of budget repair.